But what if I told you that being nice is not only not going to get you what you want, but it's actively going to harm your ability to get what you want? Now, you might be thinking, that's just not true. That's not how the world works. Well, actually, that's exactly how the world works, and we have the data to prove it. And today, we're going to look at some specific ways that being nice can harm you, and what you can do instead to get what you want from people. So, let's talk about this. Why does being nice not work? It's really simple. The way that most people understand it. Being nice means being agreeable, and being agreeable means being passive. And when you are passive in the way that you interact with people, you get what you deserve. Now, you might think, oh, that's not fair. But being passive in your interactions with other people, it's gonna lead to them not respecting you. They're gonna see you as a doormat. They're gonna take advantage of you. You regon na get taken for granted, and they regon na treat you poorly because they know that is how you regon na respond. Now, here's the question I want you to think about while I'm talking. Think about the last time that you were nice to someone. Think about the last time that you went out of your way to help someone, or to accommodate them, or to put their needs before your own. What was the outcome? How did that person treat you afterwards? Did they respect you? Did they appreciate you? Did they try to take advantage of you? Was there any prejudice? Did they try to use it against you? Because the truth is, most people, when you're nice to them, they regon na, try to use it against you, and they regon na, try to take advantage of you. So now let's talk about what the solution is. So if being nice doesn't work and being passive doesn't work, then the obvious question is, what should I do? Well, the answer is pretty simple. You need to be more aggressive. Now, obviously, I don't mean like an angry, hostile, in-your-face kind of aggression. What I mean is that you need to be willing to look out for yourself. You need to be willing to put your needs first sometimes. You need to be willing to say no to people. You need to be willing to push back when someone is trying to take advantage of you or disrespect you or treat you poorly. Because if you're not willing to do those things, then you deserve to be treated poorly. You deserve to be taken advantage of. You deserve to be disrespected. Now, you might be thinking, well, that's not very Christian. That's not very nice. Let me tell you something. There's a difference between being weak and being nice. In fact, sometimes being weak can actually be less forgivable than being intentionally malicious. Here's why. If someone is malicious and they're mean to you, at least you know where you stand with them. You know that they're an asshole. So you either have to punch them in the face, or you got to cut them out of your life. But if you're weak, if you're nice, if you're passive, people will take advantage of you and they won't even know that they're doing it. So sometimes being weak and being nice is actually worse than being an asshole, because at least then you would know to defend yourself. Now, here's the thing. In order to be strong, in order to make sure that you're not being taken advantage of, you need to be aware of what's happening. And most people aren't aware of what's happening. Most people don't realize how they're being taken advantage of. They don't realize how they're being disrespected. They aren't realize how they being manipulated because they so busy being nice and being agreeable and being passive. So ask yourself the question, am I being taken advantage of right now? Am I being disrespected right now? Do I feel like people are manipulating me or using me or treating me poorly? And if the answer is yes, then it's time to be more aggressive. Not in a malicious way, but in a self-protective way. It's time to be willing to stand up for yourself, to be willing to put your foot down, to be willing to say no, to be willing to push back, and to be willing to walk away. Alright, I hope that helps. Now, I want to hear from you. When have you been nice to someone and it ended up backfiring on you? Leave a comment below. Share your story, because the more that we share stories like this, the more we can help each other avoid these pitfalls in the future.